Everyone ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready if you're ready.
Episode 4,
Oh my god.
Soundbar Podcast.
You always come in so violently.
Yeah. I'm Clayton.
Freddy.
Hey, Freddie. Tonight's episode brought to you by vaping.
He makes clouds for a living.
What?
You're the vapor. I'm just making you sound cool. You're building clouds.
I'm really cool with my clouds, all right? Really cool with them clouds.
Clayton, what kind of show do we have tonight?
I don't know. It'll be all right. We got some, it's different.
Last week was fun.
Last week was fun. I think this will be fun.
I think it will be too.
Have you ever taken a computer to Best Buy for like some Geek Squad assistance?
I've gone and asked for estimates on how much certain things would cost. But aside from that, no, I've never had them work on anything.
You never like left a device or something there?
Nah.
Yeah.
I was usually pretty good about taking care of my computers growing up.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, I've had like RAM upgraded and stuff there, and I still want to do it myself. It's pretty easy, but
LimeWire comes out and then it just destroys your computer, so sometimes you have to take them up there to get them looked at.
yeah.
If you understand LimeWire, then you're part
if you
of
remember
the
what
best
LimeWire.
generation ever.
You know, I downloaded like The Walking Dead and a few other shows on LimeWire once and got a bunch of letters from NBC Universal sent to my ISP. And
Thanking you for...
No, they were going to subpoena for my information to sue me if I didn't stop.
That sucks.
Yeah. But...
Did you ever have Napster? Side note?
No, I did never have Napster. That was... I came in right when LimeWire came out.
Oh, man, I had Napster.
Really?
I had Napster.
Lars coming at you.
Oh, man.
Coming at you hard.
He wanted to sue me.
That little drummer, man.
So why are you asking about the Geek Squad?
Well, yeah. So apparently the FBI has been paying Geek Squad employees to act as informants, according to some documents that just recently came out.
What?
So
Informants how?
Well, they've had this relationship for about 10 years, and it appears to have been a process for how the Bureau would investigate and prosecute people who have been giving their devices to them to be repaired. They wouldn't let them know, like, just absolutely anything. They would only notify them if they found something on there that was shady, like if they just came across it working on the computer.
Right.
So
it was just kind of a general, like, hey, if you see anything...
Holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy.
Yeah.
We'll go kick down a door.
We'll go kick down a door.
And we'll arrest these sons of bitches.
Yeah. I wonder how...
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Like if there was, like child porn or something like
but
that on
that's
there,
crazy,
for sure.
though,
Send those dudes to jail.
you're a part of the Geek Squad, and some guy comes up. He's like, hey, I need you to, like, look at my computer. It's doing something funny.
Yeah.
And then he's some creepy fucker that has crazy shit on his computer.
Yeah.
But you thought he was a normal guy at first.
Lock him up.
Oh, my gosh.
Lock him up.
That's crazy.
Isn't it? But I don't want him to, like, I don't know. I keep some personal things on my computer, like identifying information, things like that. I don't want my stuff being looked at and possibly my identity stolen.
Do you think the Geek Squad charges for their services to the FBI?
Well, yeah, it says they're paying them for it, so.
One of the recorded a $500 payment from the FBI to a Geek Squad employee.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
That's wild, isn't it?
It's pretty good money in catching child porn fuckers. Pretty crazy.
Man. All right.
I wonder if the Geek Squad here does that.
I wonder.
I bet you they do.
Those people aren't bad with computers. I mean, I used to be kind of skeptical of them, but then...
And if you look in the news, there's a lot of sex stuff that's being caught
These days. I wonder if Kevin Spacey had a computer problem.
Oh, that's too soon.
No.
You know that comes out this fall.
What?
The last season.
I'm not ready. I am ready, but I'm not ready.
Oh, Francis Underwood.
So tell me about that wreck over in Grand Prairie.
Oh, yeah. Video came across my feed the other day over in Grand Prairie, close towards the Dallas area.
Mm-hmm.
And it was apparently some big car chase. And it ended at a gas station where two SUVs literally rammed him and stopped him. Like, they ran their vehicles and they crashed their vehicles into him to stop him. He had a blown out tire at the end. He wasn't stopping. He was going to keep going. And they just ran right into him.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Anybody hurt?
No. Everything came out fine. They said a lot of people were reporting that the driver was driving high speeds and driving erratically, and so they called the cops, and he didn't want to stop.
Did they not have any information, like, why he was running?
No. He was...
Didn't have anything illegal in the car?
Nope.
Didn't recently commit a crime?
They didn't report anything on it. But apparently he was just driving bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he go to jail?
Yes.
Yeah?
He did go to jail.
That's what happens, man.
Just don't run.
Don't run. Like,
Just
what's the
pull
point in
over.
running?
Yeah, like, just they flash their lights, you pull over. Hey, officer, how's it going?
You know what pisses me off when I see it? But, like, I still watch because it's entertaining.
What's that?
These people on the internet that just, like, resist arrest because they think they know the law and they're like, according to this, I don't have to get out of the car and all this, you know.
Yeah, like, just... Okay, I get it. You have your rights. Cool. That's awesome.
And they're like, show me your identification. How do I know you're a real cop? Send your superior.
Like, okay, they're asking for managers.
Yeah. They are asking for managers.
They want a manager. And they're not going to get a manager. They're going to get tasered.
They need to be tasered. Whenever people get a little unruly like that for no reason, you know they're going to be irrational about everything, so just tase them.
Yeah, just get out of the car. But, you know, they don't even have to tase them. Just do what they say.
You know how some people just look like they need to see a manager?
Right.
I think that maybe just avoid that whole confrontation altogether, and whenever you go over there to the car, just tase them.
Just
Get it over with.
done.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been pulled over for speeding, you know, and I've been pulled over for other things, you know, buzzed taillight, you know, stuff like that, and I've never had the thought of, no, I'm not going to listen to him.
Never?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to disagree with a cop.
It just seems like a really bad idea.
I mean, sometimes I think, okay, I don't think I was speeding, but okay, I guess I'll take your word for it. What am I do? Argue with you or just complain or bitch and moan about it? No,
Yeah.
I'm going to take my licking and go. You know, like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. It just seems stupid to me that, I don't know.
But
People
then
seem
you
irrational.
have guys like the one in Grand Prairie who's like, you know what? No, I'm not stopping today.
Nope.
Nope, ain't going to happen.
What if he just had to go to the bathroom?
I mean, that's a serious stomach problems there if you have to run from the cops. And when they hit him, when they wrecked him, he probably shit himself. So
They didn't add that to the news article.
no,
They
not at
should
all.
have.
So tell me, I heard you were talking about something that was going on over in the education.
Oh, Betsy DeVos, your girl.
Why do you always say they're mine when you bring up these people?
Didn't
It's
you
like,
vote Trump?
It's your boy. It's your boy. It's your girl. I'm not going to comment on who I voted for, but it sure wasn't. Well, no, hell no.
Well, Betsy DeVos visited a Parkland school, and
Where the shooting happened.
yeah, you know that thing that happened that
It's just so everyone's aware, unless you've been living
Yeah.
under a rock, you know, for the last I don't know how long.
she decides to visit, and she said some things that pissed off survivors and families. Yeah, she made a visit to the site of last month's Florida school shooting on Wednesday, and she was criticized by survivors and abruptly walked out of her own press conference.
She walked out on her own event.
Yeah. They were saying things to her like, do something unexpected and answer our questions. You came to our school just for publicity and avoided our questions for the entire 90 minutes you were actually here. How about you do your job?
Man,
Yeah.
these kids are ruthless.
It doesn't say whether it was kids or teachers, but I'm
Teachers,
assuming.
teens, whatever.
Yeah.
The kids are the ones who are rallying over there, man.
So I'm assuming.
I'm assuming it's teenagers. It's those kids, man. That's crazy.
The article says Betsy DeVos once advocated for arming teachers in schools so they might protect themselves from bears. Did you see that?
So, to break it down, you're good to have guns in schools if you have bears around.
Yeah, yeah.
I support that.
You got to have it for the bears. She said she would support a program for personnel to be trained to carry firearms. And then it seems like she's backtracked. She said, "Let's be clear. I think to say arming teachers is an oversimplification. It isn't a program that needs to be required or mandated for every community." I think it sounds a little whack. How about you?
She is completely whack.
Have you seen those memes where it's not funny to laugh about, but the whole concept of having teachers armed in schools kind of makes me laugh.
Like
And then-
those, I can't help but laugh at those, man, because it's like I remember teachers getting onto me for stuff, and like
Yeah.
now it's like they have a. Oh my God.
The memes just show how unrealistic that concept is, and that's why it's funny.
Ask me go to the bathroom again. Ask me.
If I see you reaching that book bag one more time, just know I'm holding.
Like, I mean, that's the time we're living in. I mean, there's really not much you can get around.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I still don't know what the answer to that whole situation is and like how to stop it, but I definitely
Betsy sure as hell doesn't have the answer to it.
no. I don't think arming teachers is a good idea. How about you? What do you think?
I mean, I like guns.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get my concealed handgun license.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. I mean, if you want to carry, carry. No one has to know about it. No one has to say it. If you're a teacher, if you're an adult or whatever, if you want to carry, carry. You have the right if you have your license to do so.
Right.
No one else has to know about it. Just, and if anything were to happen, you're prepared. You know, but I don't know. I don't see. I guess I don't see why it's such a bad thing for a teacher to have a gun.
Right.
I mean, but there's a lot of things you're gonna have to take into consideration. Like there's got to be funding for stuff. I mean, teachers got to start getting paid more. There's got to be a lot of different things for you to just start arming teachers.
Right.
So I don't know. I could see it both ways, I guess. But like I said, I like guns. I'm for guns.
Right.
So
I think
you don't think they should have guns?
I don't think, well, it's kind of tough to say. I don't think it should be like a thing on a job description where it falls under other duties as assigned or anything like that. If it were to be a thing, like it needs to be a very select designated few. And I don't even know how much a few is, maybe 3 or less.
Yeah. And they've got to be, prepared or thoroughly trained and all that stuff. But, us, being in Texas, everyone loves guns.
Everybody knows how to shoot a gun.
Everyone knows how to shoot a gun here. I mean, so I'm sure there are teachers that have already been having guns on them.
Right.
While being at school.
Right.
Just because, peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of my former employers, they carry with them all the time just because.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen. It's just, I guess it's a safety thing. But it's sad that we have to have that mentality, but I don't know.
It's scary.
It's crazy.
It freaks me out, man. Well, I think that we should take a look at some of Betsy's top quotes and maybe review them.
Sure.
You want to do that?
Sure. You kind of got the jump on the one about grizzlies, but I can go ahead and reread it. If you
reread the quote in its entirety, and what we'll do is we're going to rate these quotes on a 0 to 10 basis. 10 being, perfect, amazing quote, and 0 obviously suck.
Dog crap.
Yeah.
So number 1, it says, during DeVos' January 17 confirmation hearing before the Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, Senator Chris Murphy asked whether she would agree that guns don't belong in schools. She said, I will refer back to Senator Enzi and the school he was talking about in Wyoming. I think probably there, I would imagine, there is probably a gun in the schools to protect them from potential grizzlies.
Because why not? You know what? 10 out of 10.
I think it's a 10, man.
You think it's a 10? 10 out of 10?
That's a solid 10, man. She used Grizzlies.
All right. What else?
That's perfect.
That's a good one to start her off with. What else you got?
Number 2, it says, 3 weeks after becoming education secretary, she released a statement that called historically black colleges and universities, quote, pioneers of school choice. The problem with that was it ignored the history of why they came into existence. Black students were not allowed to attend white institutions and had no choice but to go to schools specifically created for them. Here's what the statement said in part. They started from the fact that there were too many students in America who did not have equal access to education. They saw that the system wasn't working, that there was an absence of opportunity, so they took it upon themselves to provide the solution. HBCUs are real pioneers when it comes to school choice. They are living proof that when more options are provided to students, they are afforded greater access and greater quality. Their success has shown that more options help students flourish. After a backlash, she walked back the pioneers of school choice notion in a series of tweets. It was a prime example of some of the verbal missteps that rocked her initial days at the education department.
It seems a little racist.
Just, she's a real winner.
What do we give
Clayton.
that one? What do we give that one?
We will give that a...
Is it a 10 out of 10?
I think it's a 10 out of 10, man. She
has a way with words.
She should put stuff in fortune cookies.
Oh.
Because if she did that, I mean, she would change lives. She would change lives.
What's next?
I got another one for you.
All right.
DeVos visited a traditional public school in the district early in her tenure and later described her stop in terms that teachers found insulting. She told columnist Cal Thompson of the conservative online publication Town Hall that the teachers seemed dedicated and sincere, but were in receive mode.
She said that?
She said, and I quote, I visited a school on Friday and met with some wonderful, genuine, sincere teachers who pour their heart and soul into their classrooms and their students. And our conversation was not long enough to draw out of them what is limiting them from being an even more successful from what they are currently. But I can tell the attitude is more of a receive mode. They're waiting to be told what they have to do, and that's not going to bring success to an individual child. You have to have teachers who are empowered to facilitate great teaching.
Okay, so we're criticizing the teachers by giving them backhanded compliments.
Yeah.
But then saying that they're just in handout mode.
They're gimme, gimme, gimme.
All right. That makes sense.
I mean, teachers are they're just gimme, gimme, gimme.
Aren't they really overpaid?
I mean, they
just rolling in the dough.
I see teachers who go on the most extravagant vacations.
Right.
All the time.
Summer, man.
It's crazy.
Summertime vacation.
I wish I could
teachers.
get paid as much as a teacher.
Right. So that's a pretty tough one. But I think that I've got to give that 10 out of 10.
She knows her stuff. She knows her stuff.
Yeah, definitely a 10 out of 10.
I mean, she's just spitting out gold left and right, man.
How many more of these are there? These are good.
I think I could do maybe one or two more.
Okay, one or two more. Yeah, let's do one or two more.
Let's see. Here's one. When Trump pulled the United States out of the Paris Climate Accord on June 1st, DeVos issued a statement the same day applauding the move. And a few days later, when DeVos was asked by reporters about her views on climate change, she responded, "Certainly, the climate changes, yes."
Is that it? Is that the quote?
That's the quote.
Is she one of these people that thinks it just changes like during the 4 seasons?
Do you believe in climate change? Yes, it changes from fall and it goes to winter, and winter goes to spring.
And then from spring, we got to give the teachers
So
guns.
So the climate's always changing. And she's right, Clayton.
She's right.
She's right.
That's true. The climate's
climate
always
does
changing.
change.
And it does change.
So, Betsy, I give you another 10.
10 out of 10.
I give her another 10.
Gosh, there needs to be a book.
I think I'm going to end on that one.
That's a good
I'm
one.
going to end on that one because that was just solid right there.
That one's strong.
Yes, the climates do change. What in the world?
All right. Well, I saw a weird article. It's kind of weird, but it's pretty interesting still.
What you got?
Here's the headline. Former Russian spy poisoned by nerve agent, British police say.
This came out today.
Mm-hmm.
This is today
Yeah.
news.
In London, a former Russian spy and his daughter were poisoned by a nerve agent in Britain this week. The British police said this on Wednesday, heightening suspicions that the episode was an assassination attempt by a national government amid rampant speculation that Russia was responsible.
What?
Right? Isn't that weird? The development forces the British government to confront the possibility that once again an attack on British soil was carried out by a government of President Vladimir Putin. That's kind of tough to say. Vladimir Putin, which Western intelligence officials say has, with alarming frequency, ordered the killing of people who have crossed it. Prime Minister Theresa May and her cabinet ministers held a meeting on Wednesday of the government's Emergency Security Committee to discuss the matter. Yeah.
Putin is offing his own people.
Yeah, this is happening.
Oh my gosh.
It's being treated as a major incident involving attempted murder by an administration of a nerve agent. Nerd agent.
Poisoned. They're being nerds.
They're nerds. Get rid of the nerds.
Oh my gosh.
Gosh.
What's Russia doing, man? Why?
Some shady Russian
In
stuff,
Russia,
man.
we order to kill.
You ever seen that show? I think it was on FX called The Americans.
No, I have not.
You should check that out.
Yeah?
It's probably on something to stream. It's about this family who moves into this American neighborhood somewhere. I think it might have been it was near Washington, I think. And they are just like spies posing as Americans, but they're actually Russians, and they have 2 kids together and they're married, but they did all of this to, spy conspiracy, espionage.
That is crazy.
It's wild, and the kids have no idea. They're shielding them from it, so they're trying to balance like an actual family life while being
super secret spies.
espionage agents for Russians, and it's set during the Cold War. It's really cool.
Would you be a spy?
No, maybe it's pretty cool. What kind of spy?
I don't know.
Like James Bond?
That would be wicked.
You know what would be even more wicked?
What's that?
Sterling Archer.
Oh,
Yeah. Tactical turtlenecks.
What?
Dodge Challengers.
What is the agency that he works for?
It was called ISIS. But
That's
then whenever
right.
ISIS happened, they decided they needed to change it.
They need to change the name. That show is golden.
I love that show.
I need to go get me some turtlenecks.
Tactical turtlenecks.
Speaking of Russia and all their crazy stuff, there is a new American movie that just came out about Russians.
Okay.
Red Sparrow. J-Law. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You're missing out.
I know. I need to go see it. I'm behind on movies.
You're way behind. You need to go and check this out.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the doghouse and I made my beautiful girlfriend very mad, and she wasn't very happy.
Nice
so
move.
I was like, "Hey, Fandango, help me out here."
Mm-hmm.
Boom, got 2 tickets to Red Sparrow.
Did Mr. Dango help you out?
Yes,
Okay.
Fandango did help me out. That's not just a promo plug. I don't get anything for that, but
No.
they helped me out.
This show's sponsored by vaping, remember?
Oh my gosh. But so me and my lovely, we went to the movies and we went and saw Red Sparrow. Freaking insane.
So without too many spoilers or any spoilers at all, tell me a little bit about it.
She has her mother and she has her uncle. They were kind of the main characters, and her uncle is part of the Russian government, and he's in pretty deep.
Okay.
And the American CIA, they're doing covert stuff, trying to get information in Europe.
Okay.
And well, the uncle kind of recruits J-Law. It's like, hey, some stuff happened in between. I'm not going to spoil any of that, but he kind of like brings her on, and she is trained in the ways of being a spy, where they would go and seduce Americans to get information. And that particular group, I believe, were called Red Sparrows. So that's where they got the name Red Sparrow. It's kind of like historical fiction kind of story about someone who was a
Wow.
Red Sparrow. But it's really crazy. Really crazy.
I need to go see it.
It's worth seeing. It's pretty wild. A lot of crazy kills.
A lot of crazy
I'll tell
kills.
you that. There's some pretty awesome kills in there.
Okay. Well, I'll check that out soon.
Do it.
Well,
Get it on Fandango.
on Fandango, should I? Is that another plug for Fandango?
Yes. Yes, it is. That's
Really?
for Fandango.
All right.
So go and use promo code Freddy.
All right. So me and my brother were having a conversation earlier, and he asked me an interesting question.
Okay.
And we were talking about Amish communities.
Okay.
And I had known this, but I hadn't really thought about it that hard. And the question never really crossed my mind until he asked it. But whenever they turn 18, they send them out into the real world, right?
Right.
And they have the option to stay in the real world or go back to the compound, or not compound, but the commune.
Community.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, what would you do if you were in that situation? Would you stay in the real world, or would you go back?
I don't know. That's hard to say, because you're brought up in certain ways to live, and that's what you've known your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're given the option to go and see what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
If you've grown up in the Amish ways your whole life, and you're constantly thinking of what life is like outside of that, then yeah, you're gonna leave and not come back. Me personally, I'd probably leave
And never go back?
and never go back.
Yeah. I would say that I would fall under that same side of the fence, but the thought I had was, like, if you grew up not knowing anything, not having the internet, not having cars, not having electricity or anything like that, that's all you've known. Like, could you survive? How do you adapt in an instant like that?
I mean,
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy to think about.
Like, you would think that,
You would have to learn a lot.
yeah, like, and
A
you'd have to
lot
know
of
it
stuff.
almost right away.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you're just out of luck.
that would be crazy.
Isn't
But
it?
I think I would do it. I would take the risk.
I wonder how many people actually stay on the real world. Like, if there's any data on that out there.
I don't know. I bet there's a pretty good percentage.
You think? Do you
of-
think it's like people who grew up in really conservative families and they go to college and just like go batshit crazy?
Yep.
You think so?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's definitely something like that. I mean, hell, well, Katy Perry was a preacher's daughter.
That's true.
She's off the fucking wall.
Nah, she kissed a girl and she liked it.
She liked it. Now you're gonna hear her roar about it.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That time she
I
woke
think
up
it's-
in Vegas.
I think it's the same kind of thing. Gosh.
Oh, man. All right. Well, how about this? You know, the whole theory where if nuclear war was actually going to happen, like if one of somebody's boy, like your boy, like if he pushed that button
Yeah. Go on.
and launched a nuke, and then Russia's like, you know what? We're going to do it too.
We hit our button.
And
too.
everybody just launches their nukes and just destroys the planet.
And we're just in.
What do you think about that?
It's like Terminator 2.
What do you think about that? Do you think that people should have that kind of power just to end the world?
No.
No?
Why would I don't understand it. Like why would you want to do something that would destroy where we live?
Where everybody lives.
Where
Why
everybody
would you
lives.
want to end it?
How would you end it? You're gonna die after all this is done.
Right?
There's gonna be so much shit in the air that no one's gonna be able to breathe.
Right.
I
Do you
don't know.
think they consider that? Do you think it's real? Do you think that's like something that's actually a thing?
Nuclear war?
No, the fact that, or the possibility that we all just have nukes just pointed at each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you think that's the
Absolutely.
case? Okay.
I think everyone is armed,
Mm-hmm.
but no one's willing to actually do anything
Until they are.
until something happens where they're like, you know what? We've had enough. This is it.
Yeah.
Hit the button, drop one right on that mother,
Whoa.
something like that.
Whoa.
I don't know if that's what it would sound like, but
But what if it did?
If Samuel L. Jackson were the president, I'm sure it'd be something like that. But
Isn't that crazy?
yeah, everyone's totally capable of something like that happening.
No, I think that is the case too. I'm sure that everybody just has
Now,
nukes pointed at
who's going to
everybody.
do it first?
Who? Yeah. So that brings up the second part of that question.
Which is?
So after that Armageddon scenario happens, if it were to happen, do you think that everybody would just be completely wiped out, or do you think there'd be survivors?
Oh, there'd be survivors.
Like, obviously, the areas of the world that aren't in conflict with anybody and are small and have no kind of military power, they're not going to be directly affected by the blast, but the repercussions of the damage that it does to the planet and the atmosphere and stuff, they will.
Yep.
Do you think...
And then whatever country decided who fired first or whoever's winning, they're probably going to take them over if they have that agenda. Mm-hmm. Who knows?
I would think that too. But if all of, like, the major superpowers are basically in shambles and destroyed, do you think those areas will have survivors? And do you think they would adapt and live, like, since we're at this point in our human area evolution? Or do you think that they would all be wiped out? Eventually.
Eventually.
Do you think?
I think that the superpowers all gone, those in direct contact with them all gone. Mm-hmm. Every place is going to have some stragglers that survive somehow, some way. Mm-hmm. But now they have to live in what's left. And that is, I'm sure, shortened their lifespan by years and years and years.
I'm sure the radiation's crazy and all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff. Do you think that the movies, like the apocalyptic movies and stuff, carry any weight in how that maybe would look?
It's possible.
Yeah.
You can do anything in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You can make anything look crazy in Hollywood. But
Fallout in real life.
If there's any, oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
Would it, though?
Oh, man. I don't know.
I think it's really uncomfortable.
We've played enough Fallout that I think we could do well.
But you still have to worry about radiation
And
poisoning.
giant scorpions.
Yeah, count me out for that alone. The scorpions just don't even be a thing.
I think there would be some survivors, but, like I said, they're not going to last long.
Yeah.
That's crazy, though.
It is.
And the movies do have some kind of truth to it because, they can create pretty much anything. And just depending on who it is, that's kind of the question. Whether it's, the old Red Dawn had United States and Russia.
Right.
The new Red Dawn has United States and North Korea.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So, I mean...
That sounds a lot like real life.
Oh.
Wasn't that... That was out.
Have you seen it? You should watch
I
it. It's
haven't.
pretty awesome.
I don't even know if I've seen the original. To be
I think it
completely
has
honest with you.
Patrick Swayze in it, I think.
Really?
I think so.
See, I'm that far behind on movies.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to do with you.
I know. I'm going to get caught up eventually. Well, I want to segue into spooky stuff. And I thought the perfect one to tell you or talk to you about. Have you seen these videos of Alexa, the Amazon Alexa thing, laughing?
I saw something come across earlier that was like a compilation of Alexa laughs.
This is worse than that.
I was kind of curious as to what does that mean? Like, why is she laughing?
Like, she'll
But I
tell
never
you
really thought about
jokes
it.
and stuff like that and
Right.
laugh at her own lame stuff, but there's been some really weird videos of where, like, people are just, like, hanging out in their house without music playing or anything, and their Amazon Echo just out of nowhere, late at night, just Alexa laughs.
What is she thinking about?
What is she doing? Is she becoming a sentient robot being, and is she about to start some shit?
I mean, there's.
What does she know?
I don't know. What kind of questions can you ask her about?
What does Alexa know?
'Cause, yeah, like, why are you laughing? Can you ask her that? Like, after she laughs, can you ask her what's so funny? Because I'd like to know that answer.
No, I don't think I would, because that means if she's getting that specific and that, answering questions like that after doing something on her own, I don't think I want to talk to Alexa anymore.
I don't know. It depends on how much I paid for Alexa.
Yeah. Number
I
one,
don't
I
know how
wouldn't
much
mess
echoes are
around with
now.
that. I'm
But
all about that Apple life.
amen, brother.
Yeah.
Amen. If I heard Alexa laughing, I would chunk her ass against the wall.
Right?
Like,
That thing's
no,
going into the next
take that
room.
laughing shit out of here. No,
Nobody said nothing funny.
you are a cylinder of information. You should not be laughing.
You play my music and tell me what time it is.
And
And
make
just leave me alone.
reminders. And you
Yeah.
make reminders for me, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't need you to laugh.
Don't need that.
I don't need you to cry. I don't need you to have
If it started crying.
I don't need you to have any kind of emotion.
Yeah, if it starts showing emotions.
You're laughing. You're happy about something. What the
Yeah.
hell are you happy about?
What are you
Alexa?
thinking about, girl?
You plotting on me? Not in my house.
So you were telling me earlier about a lady. A lady who was up in her attic.
Probably putting away some Christmas decorations.
Yeah. And she did what?
She fell. She slipped through the attic floor.
Okay.
And she was never heard from again. The
Until.
end.
Oh,
Oh.
that's it?
No, that's not
Okay.
it.
All right. I thought this was clickbait.
I'll read you some of the story here.
Okay. Read to me.
I'll read to you. Let me find a good spot. I'll start right here.
Okay.
This is out of Houston too. This is here in
Houston,
in
Texas.
Tejas.
Wild.
Harris County Coroner's Office identified the remains as Mary Stewart Carudi, 61, who was discovered by the new owners of the Houston bungalow. Cerruti was reported missing in 2015 after neighbors contacted police, because they hadn't seen her for days. Quote, in the attic, there was a broken board that led down to the space. Law enforcement thinks she may have been up in the attic and fell through the attic floor. Authorities collected the bones last year. Most of her skeleton was in place. The medical examiner said clothes and a pair of red eyeglasses were also discovered.
So she was like down there
A
for
side
a while.
note. Oh yeah, like 2015.
If it's just her bones at this point. So she decomposed completely.
That is crazy.
Did somebody buy the house or anybody move into it after she was gone or what?
Yeah, that's how they found her.
How'd they not smell that?
I don't know. I don't know how you wouldn't. Maybe the smell, because I mean it doesn't say how long it was till the new people moved in. So it could have been vacant for maybe a year or so or something, and it was just it was decomposing. Then the smell was gone. I don't know.
I know after a certain point the smell does go away, I think.
Side note: it says 6 dead cats were also found inside the attic.
In the attic or in the hole she created?
Inside the attic.
That place should have stank.
6 dead cats.
That's gross. But really sad, too.
I mean, that's pretty wild, man. Like, you literally couldn't do anything.
Hopefully, it's gonna sound a little bad, but hopefully she died from the fall.
I'm hoping so.
So that way
But-
she wasn't just down there suffering.
Man, that is
Because
terrible.
that would be awful.
61 years old, too.
Do you watch Bob's Burgers?
Yes.
Have you seen?
Yes.
Have
where
you
he
seen
gets
it stuck
yes,
in the wall?
I have.
What if she was just avoiding her in-laws?
I think she was putting away Christmas decorations.
Probably.
But 61 years old, her bladder's bad, so she probably had to go to the bathroom like a lot, and you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Poor Nana.
Poor Nana. Gam Gam. Oh, Gam Gam.
Shout out to Gam Gam. Oh, man. All right. So you told me something really creepy earlier. I thought this was really creepy. We're talking about organ harvesting.
Ooh, yeah.
What's up with that?
So I was going through a couple stories, and I remember there was one, I believe it was in 2013, where a 17-year-old kid was found in high school. He was found in the gym, and he was wrapped up in like gym mats. And they don't have any video like evidence or anything. They just found him dead in the mats.
Right. He was like, these are like gymnastics mats where like you can do tumbles and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they have the little things in the middle where you can fold them and then put them up. Well, he was rolled up in it,
Okay.
and whenever that he died, they tried to find out how he died. No one could come to any kind of conclusion. No one could find out anything. They sent his body to the medical examiner where they did an autopsy. They looked at everything. They took his organs out, put him back, sewed him up, and then they sent him to the funeral home.
Right.
Well, when he got to the funeral home, something wasn't right, and they wanted to re-examine the case. They wanted to look at it again because they really wanted to find out what happened to him.
Right.
And the second round of examiners found that he was stuffed with newspaper.
What?
He didn't have any of his organs. He was stuffed with newspaper.
Holy shit. So why? Like, where were his organs at? Like, what was the deal?
They don't know. And they went back to the federal investigators and they tried to find out, what was going on. But they said they sent the body to the funeral home.
Uh-huh.
And after that, they don't know what happened.
So I've heard of people, stealing people's organs and then selling them on the black market.
And I'm wondering if it's something like that.
That is weird.
That's crazy, right?
It is. That's really scary.
And it's sad. The kid was only 17 years old. Still don't know how he died.
Uh-huh.
The second round of a medical examiner, the one that found the newspapers, he said that the initial cause of death was a blow to the back of the neck.
So he was hit.
Because originally what they ruled it was he fell into the mats and suffocated and died. That's what the initial ruling was. But the second guy that found that his organs were missing actually found out that the initial cause of death was a blow to the neck.
Gosh, that's freaking weird, man.
Somebody hit him or he hit something that caused him to die, and he went around someplace, and I don't know. That's just crazy to me.
So what's the funeral home's explanation for the organs being gone?
They said it went somewhere. I was reading it.
Do they have like a solid explanation, or does it seem shady?
It seems shady. They wrote some kind of letter to the family, and it was just kind of a vague, that we deal with organs, and when we receive the body, they were placed back in, and that's really all it was. It wasn't really a definite answer of what happened to his organs.
Have they closed the case?
People have been picking at it, but I don't think it's actually closed.
Gotcha. Man, that is scary.
They're still trying to decide whether it was an accident or a murder.
You gotta wonder if, like, all these weird deaths, like Kanika Jenkins, for example, like, you gotta wonder if something like that might have been going on.
That poor girl, man.
Didn't we have an update on her?
The FBI closed the case.
And the FBI closed the case.
So
they found the person who did it?
No.
Oh, so they just closed the case.
They just closed the case. I thought that the FBI was going to be someone that actually... that they were going to actually do something about it, but...
So they're just going to leave it?
Yeah.
Weird.
The cops.
Oh,
They
the
don't care.
cops. It's not the FBI?
I don't think it's the FBI. They wanted the FBI to get involved, but they won't do it. I think they started a petition for it, right? To get the FBI involved.
And did it reach enough signatures to be looked at, or?
I don't think so.
Weird. That's so weird. Yeah, I finally saw the pictures of it, of this, the crime scene.
Of
where they
her
found
in the freezer.
It's shady, man.
There's a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, she's like missing a shoe. There's a cut on her foot. There's several bruises on like her stomach and on her arms. Just the way she's laying is really weird.
So you think something happened to her before she was in the freezer?
Oh, yeah, I have a feeling.
I thought the same thing.
She had some articles of clothing removed and was exposed. It just seems...
The whole part where I thought something happened to her was when I saw the video of the guy who had the trash bags on the cart, and he was rolling through the kitchen where she had been, or where she was going at some point. I don't know what the time frame is on that.
Yeah.
But he was rolling a cart, and he had these trash bags, these big black trash bags, and I swear, like they were huge, like they had it could fit a human body in it, and he like hit the side, and it like there was something in there so big in the trash can that it moved something else in its way. Like there was enough force on the cart with the weight of what was in that trash bag to move another object.
What wasn't that in the kitchen though?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that could be like scraps from, that night's dinner crowd or whatever. But who knows?
But in another part of the video, she's like coming in from like what appears to be like a parking garage area.
Uh-huh.
And she comes around the corner, and before you see her, you see a guy running out. And then you see him running back in. He's not walking. He's not casually walking. He's sprinting. You remember seeing that?
Did they not investigate this guy?
They were supposed to investigate everyone. I don't know if they did or if they didn't, but there was a person, or they haven't found him or what it was, but there was a person you could clearly see who ran from that what it looked like a parking garage. They ran all the way in and went into this door that went into the hotel, and then they are running, sprinting back out into the parking garage. And then I think it's sometime later, you see Kaneka Jenkins.
Like following?
Yeah, she's walking with a group of people.
Okay.
And like leaves the hotel.
Weird.
Yeah.
So weird. That whole...
But that's like,
yeah.
it's disappeared. It's not online.
Really?
It is crazy.
They took it offline, or... Wow. Or it just was never posted?
No, it was posted.
It was posted and got removed.
Posted.
That's weird. It's like they're trying to cover something up.
And for the longest time, the hotel wouldn't release any footage for anything.
Weird. Well, didn't she encounter like some staff members in the freezer or something? Didn't somebody say they saw her in there?
Supposedly, they had, the camera of her going into the freezer, but you just see her go into the kitchen and then walk in the air towards the direction of where the freezer's at. You don't actually see her physically go in.
Freezer, and like in the way back, there's an empty room.
So it's just a big open empty room. That's crazy.
It's wild.
Weird. Well, I was reading an article about it a little while ago, and scientists who study hypothermia, when you get too cold, they've described a phenomenon known as paradoxal undressing. That's where if you're freezing to death, people start just removing their clothing. They can't help it. It just it just happens.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Excuse me. The quote from the article says it is concluded that paradoxal undressing might be explained by changes in peripheral vasoconstriction. That's the narrowing of blood vessels supplying the extremities in the deeply hypothermic person. It represents a last-ditch effort for the victim and is followed almost immediately by unconsciousness and death.
So you think that's what she might have done?
That's what this article from Chicago Tribune is suggesting.
Kind of hinting at?
Yeah, but who knows since they closed it.
I mean, the way it looks, I don't know. I don't think it's her. I don't think she did that to herself.
It wasn't even in use.
Yeah. Oh, it was a warm freezer?
They had said that it was off all day.
In reconstruction.
But so they determined she died of like freezing though? That's weird.
Yeah, it's really weird.
They can't explain why it was on.
That needs to be like fully investigated some more.
Yep. But
I
no
would
one's
be
doing
really
it.
interested to know what happened.
I know. I hope something happens where we can get an update on like legitimate, like what's happening.
Mm-hmm. It makes me nervous and uncomfortable to like think about that.
Right?
How people always go missing all the time or die in some way, and there's like just no explanation behind
Especially in Chicago.
In Chicago,
Chicago's like, it's bad. It's really bad over there.
Yeah, it is. A lot of murder. So I watched a trailer the other night for this movie on Netflix.
What's it called?
It's called Veronica.
Veronica Mars.
No, just
I love
just
Kristen Bell.
Veronica. Just Veronica.
That's Kristen Bell, right?
I don't know.
I think that's Kristen Bell. Veronica Mars.
Is it?
Is it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, this is just called Veronica, and it is I think it's a Spanish movie. It looked like Spanish English
So it's not like
subtitles.
Veronica Mars.
No,
Okay.
no, it's spooky.
Oh.
It's beyond spooky. Apparently, people, according to the articles I've been reading about it, are turning the movie off because they just can't even. It's that
They
scary.
can't even.
They can't even.
Wow. That bad, huh?
Yeah. I don't
Shutting
think
it off
I've-
halfway. I don't remember.
Or just during the movie somewhere.
I don't remember the last time I shut off a movie because it was too scary.
I don't think there ever has been one for me.
I think maybe when I was a kid, and like mom or dad were like, "You can't watch Friday the 13th."
You know, but when they go to bed, you're just gonna turn it back on.
Man, it was scary.
Yeah.
But I love those movies.
Yeah.
I'll give this a shot.
You're gonna watch it?
I'll watch it.
Are you gonna turn it off?
No.
You're not gonna get too scared?
No.
Really?
No, not at all. What's
Okay.
it even about?
You
Veronica
know,
Mars.
it had subtitles, so I don't really remember exactly what's about. And I definitely don't want to spoil anything and give you any indication what it is if it actually is scary. Yeah, I think we should all watch it. We should give that a shot.
I'm down.
It looked really good.
I am down.
Well, let's finish up the spooky stuff here. And we should probably give a UFO update.
Oh, what's been going on?
What's been going
in the
on?
other worlds?
Well, we should probably check one of the most reliable UFO sighting sources there is, and that's UFO Stalker. Remember from last time?
Stalk them. We're stalking them.
So, if you didn't catch last time, we found a website called UFOstalker.com where it pinpoints the locations on a map of recent UFO sightings and encounters, and it breaks them down into, UFOs, whether that's, something that's not identified or if it looks like a flying saucer or something. It categorizes it in potential stealth military vehicles, and then all the way down to close encounters where you're actually seeing a quote-unquote alien. So these just make me laugh at this
Some
point.
of these comments are priceless, man.
And they don't give a whole lot of detail either. It just shows it on the map and like you can pinpoint it, but the summaries are what's funny. Like,
This one says life-changing.
what is it? That's all it says. 10 out of 10.
The description of this UFO sighting was life-changing. Okay.
Is that it?
That's it.
There's no description though.
It was in Liverpool, England.
When? Was that recent?
That was a couple years ago.
A couple of years ago. Well,
years ago. Yep.
Some of these are really recent. Here's one from Texas, actually. On
What have we got to say?
March 7th, that was today. Large, very low to the ground, and very fast. Estimated 1,800 miles per hour.
That's an accurate guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you even see that?
How long have you been doing that? Jeez.
That is crazy. Here is one from...
On the 5th, someone said I have a suntan on my chest.
Okay.
In Virginia Beach, they said I have a suntan on my chest.
That's... Congrats.
Okay.
Hitting that tan in bed.
I have a deep cut on my lower right leg.
Okay.
That's another one.
Well, what did you do?
That's it.
Oh.
Maybe they were touched by an alien.
I was sitting with my mother's caregiver in the living room. It was about 12:30 a.m. I looked up at the skylight to see stars now and again. I looked up and saw a white orb-like object slowly moving north. It was about the size of a basketball.
Wow.
These are, kind of sad. Kind of sad. Well, we're running out of time. We're getting close here. So let's roll into people of the internet.
All right.
And you had one that was pretty funny.
Vegan YouTuber forces her fox to be vegan.
Go on.
Vegan YouTuber Sonia Sai has ignited controversy online after revealing that her fennec fox, Jumanji, eats a plant-based diet. We'll let... Hold on. It says, so the argument is that it's unhealthy for a fox to eat a plant-based diet since he's a wild fox and thus eats meat. It is true, however, that in the wild, fennecs primarily eat insects, snails, lizards, rodents, birds, and eggs, though they are omnivorous like us primates and can eat plants and berries as well.
Wow. Do you think that this fox, since it was a vegan, it had to tell everybody about it? Did you see the pictures of the fox?
It's a cute fox.
Yeah, I kind of want that
It's
fox.
a cute fox.
And, I would take that fox and I would feed it.
I mean, its
Animals.
ears are just huge. I mean, look at that thing.
I know. He's freaking
Look at
adorable.
that.
Little glamour shots.
Glamour shots by Deb.
Glamour shots by Deb. Would you ever...
She says the fox is perfectly healthy,
Yeah, so is she.
but the
right?
internet isn't buying it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, whatever. To each their own.
Yeah,
I would let
more meat for us.
I would I would let the fox eat whatever it wants to eat.
Yeah.
Eat what you
Let
want.
it make its own
Eat
choice.
what you want, buddy.
Poor thing.
Live your life, pal.
So if you had an animal, you wouldn't make it go vegan?
No,
if you were a
of course
vegan?
not.
What if you were a hardcore, diehard vegan?
No,
No?
I would let it eat whatever it wants.
All right. That's fair.
Everyone has their own decision.
All right. I like that. That's great. Well, you mentioned something earlier about a lady tweeting some racist shit.
Ooh, yeah. There was an Instagram star who was fired from her job after some racist tweets came out.
Whoa. What did she say?
She said
Who's she hating on? Right?
she has 2.8 million followers.
Who is she?
She
Did she just get in? Did she literally get Twitter famous from being racist?
It says popular Instagram account girl with girl with no job has 2.8 million followers.
Okay.
It's a meme account run by Claudia Oshry Offer. Her sister Jackie also runs a popular Instagram account, Jackie O Problems.
Okay. So they're social media personalities,
Yes.
meme accounts. All right. So what'd they say?
It says on Wednesday their careers were put in jeopardy. The Morning Breath was canceled after it was discovered that they are the daughter of Pamela Geller. Geller is known for her conservative, extremist, conspiracy-ridden, and Islamophobic views and blog. To give you an example of who their mom is, she was banned from entering England after a British government said having her in the country would not be conducive to the public good. Wow.
So she got exiled.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Man.
It looks like, yeah. Here's one of her Islamophobic tweets. One of them read, "I can't help but feel like I'm funding terrorism when I take a cab." What the fuck? Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
She's just no. That's too much, man. I'd fire her too.
Yeah. That's the kind of person that probably needs to see a manager.
She needs to see someone.
Gosh.
She needs to see someone in the clink.
Prison Mike. Well, let me give you a quick update here on your boy. You know who I'm talking about this
Always
time?
on my boy.
We're going to give you a quick update on Alex Jones.
Oh, jeez.
You got to see what he's up to, you know?
What is he doing now?
Well, and I'm actually surprised it's taken this long.
Yelling about frogs. Again.
Well, based on the things he talks about and loses his mind over. And don't get me wrong, I'm an Alex Jones fan. He's entertaining, okay?
Yeah?
He's great.
What'd he do?
We have another one.
Oh, you mean...
Yeah, he got accused of sexual harassment. Yeah, boy.
That... I don't understand why.
Why?
Why? Why, Alex Jones? Why? What happened?
Well, he takes all those supplements and stuff that he sells on his website. He's probably got something going on
Got him all
internally.
jacked up.
I know. Just being an alpha man. being a total Chad.
Oh man.
I'm just surprised it's taken this long.
I mean, I want to know the story. I want to
Well,
know what happened. There's really no story yet.
you know, there's a story to it.
It's like he touched me.
Yeah, he had a few employees come out and say some stuff. Let's see here. He singled out an African American for one.
Ooh.
And he was always given unwanted attention, including groping and comments on her race.
Alex.
Yeah.
Alex, man.
Yeah. Another ex-employee, Rob Jacobson, says that his religion was the subject of constant taunting from his former coworkers, who would call him names like the Jewish individual and the resident Jew.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. InfoWars, man. InfoWars.
What are they doing over there at InfoWars?
So the article says this. They gave him names like the Jewish individual and the resident Jew, much to Alex Jones's delight.
Oh my gosh.
I guess he's happy about these things, or
He thought it was a good name.
he thought it was. I don't know. That particular bigoted in joke came after the KKK's David Duke appeared on InfoWars, at which the time Jones introduced Jacobson to Duke as my Jewish employee, causing Duke to coin that utterly hilarious Jewish individual term.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. The article is from AV Club. It says it's funny because David Duke thinks the Holocaust didn't happen.
Wow.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
He's one of them guys. One of them fellers.
Oh, man. Well,
Your boy Alex Jones, man. It's not my boy. That's your boy.
he's been acting up, acting a fool lately. Needs to get back on his meds. Not the stuff off Infowars.com.
No.
He needs to go see a doctor. But you would be a little bit afraid that he wouldn't be as funny anymore to watch.
He might be normal.
I know.
What if he gives out good stories and good advice? He starts becoming helpful.
I don't know if I'm interested in that.
Come on, it'll be fun. It'll
Nah.
be interesting.
I like where Alex Jones is heading right now.
You like batshit crazy Alex
Yeah,
Jones?
yeah.
Man. I don't know if America could take much more.
Well, poor Alex. Well, we are out of time.
Already?
We are. That one flew. That
These
was a
aren't-
quick one.
These aren't long enough.
Yeah, we covered about an hour there.
Oh,
That's pretty solid.
we could talk for 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a 5-hour long podcast.
But I got to work in the morning.
Oh yeah, so do I.
Yeah. Well, this episode again was brought to you by vaping.
Oh my gosh. Are you gonna hit the vape now?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna spare him of that. Pretty soon, videos coming. We kind of getting some gear rounded up.
We got another camera.
We got another camera. We got the editing software. We gonna build a set. Are you
Yep.
ready?
It's be a lot of work.
It won't be that much work. I've got
Yeah, you're right.
ideas. I got Pinterest ideas.
You got stuff pinned for days.
I pinned it. I'll share that
It's gonna
board
look
with
amazing.
you. It'll be cool. So pretty soon that video's coming. We got the Facebook page, the Soundbar Podcast, and the Soundbar Podcast on YouTube.
Go like them.
But we're gonna go ahead and cut it now.
Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Toodles.